every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
Holy smoke! Welcome into Monday night. It is Giant Sports Talk Live, a Northern Lights Entertainment production. And boy, are we going to have some debate about what direction this team goes. If any of you caught the game tonight, it was a comedy of errors. We did get a lot of hits. Things came around a little bit, but I mean, it looks more like a developmental team than a Major League Baseball team at this rate. I'm already talking about selling. You've got Milwaukee winning tonight. That game's almost over. Dodgers winning. Padres have already won. We're going backwards. 9-5 final score. It's the openers. The road trip continues. Giants lost today, Eric, in Atlanta. A tough game. Birdsong better be on a plane to Sacramento already. I don't know what's going on with the pitching. Your thoughts on today's game?
No, thoughts. I'll tell you what. Let me pose a question to both you and the chat. If I was to tell you the Giants was able to put up 12 hits and 5 runs, what would you think how the Giants did in that game? Would you think they would have won 5 runs on 12 hits? Think for the most part, right? You score 5 runs. If the Giants score 5 runs.
Of course, a lot of people would have said yes, but this, of course, these are the San Francisco Giants. So
right. Now let's break into this. What is the Giants' strength? What is the Giants' strength?
Yeah. Pitching
and defense, right? Pitching and defense is this club's strength. And what happened today? I'm going to tell you right now, this was a tire fire. Birdsong came out and had absolutely nothing. He had 0. 4 walks, 5 earned runs. The dude didn't even record an out in the first inning. Absolutely dismal, right? Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And now let's talk about the defense. Defense is absolutely horrendous. Chapman misses a ground ball. Should have had it, right? Chapman should have had that damn ball.
Yep.
Would have prevented some damn runs. Look, Matt Gage came out for 2 innings. It was fantastic. I love Matt Gage. That was a great pickup. The guy's getting he got put in a situation where the bases were loaded with no outs, and he was able to almost get through it without giving up a run. Matt Chapman should have had that ball, period. He should have. Elliot Ramos, again, is out there in the outfield. He caught the ball, but he wants to be lazy and go out there, and he just tosses. Hey, Glenn, tosses the ball to Adames. But not only did he toss it, he threw it over his head. What are you doing? Get your head in the game, dude. Get your head in the game. That's not what you do. That's not being a freaking major leaguer, guys. You don't go out there and play with that type of, I should say, with the lack of knowing what the hell's going on. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Dude, it wasn't just the infield. We had some problems in the outfield too, Eric.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Ramos when he's throwing the ball in. Wants to be lackadaisical. Come on. You got to have the way that you've been playing. You better freaking know what the hell you're doing. That was bullshit. And to be honest with you, bench him tomorrow. Bench him. He needs to know that is unacceptable. Put him on the bench for a game and you throw Matos out there for one game. You need to know what the hell you're doing. Get your head right. Then you got Jung-Hoo Lee out there in center field. The center fielder, what's the center fielder supposed to do?
Take control. He takes charge.
Take control. You take charge. That was his ball.
Mm-hmm.
The hell is he doing? What the hell is he doing? And then Jung-Hoo Lee, their base hit up the middle. Ronald Acuna is on first base. He goes and fields it. That's great. And he tosses it in, right? I wouldn't say it tossed. He threw it back in. But are you seeing what Acuna is doing on the base paths? Can you not see this guy is freaking running his ass off? And maybe you need to have a little bit more behind that freaking throw. Maybe you need to come home and it would have stopped Acuna to have him go back to third. Maybe. What are you doing? Get your head in a game. What are you doing? They're playing like they have a freaking 10-run lead. It's a disaster. And then you got freaking Camilo Doval. Gets a freaking time violation. You see Bailey is doing this. Doing everything he can to throw the damn ball. And he just sits there like a bump on the log.
And do you agree? No kind of, what's the word? Just lackadaisical all the way. He didn't care.
He didn't care. There was no care. And then he balks. Okay. Thank God it didn't cost a run. He was able to get out of it. But what are you doing? What is going on? Today's game was an absolute tire fire. And I'm already seeing it in the chat, and you guys are wrong. This is not because of Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin needs to do something. Bob Melvin does need to do something. But these are the players. Put it on the players. They're the ones that have to go out there and execute. Period. End of story. Full stop.
Absolutely.
Stop blaming the manager when he's not out there with a glove. He's not out there with a bat. Come on. What Bob Melvin needs to do today after the game, he needs to have a come to Jesus meeting with that team. And even if you have to come after freaking Adames and Devers, I mean, they had a great game, right? Adames had 4 hits and a home run. The dude freaking is on fire right now.
All for
Look, the lineup, everything we've been talking about, the issues with the lineup, they've showed up today. They were swinging the bats. Like, come on.
I think Bob Melvin needs to have a Hal McRae moment, Eric. He has to go have a Hal McRae moment.
His job. This loss is not on Bob Melvin. Look, does he have some faults? Absolutely. Has he made questionable decisions with the lineup and his bullpen decisions? He has. But this game today was not because of Bob Melvin. It is because of Hayden Birdsong. It is because of Matt Chapman. It is because of Elliot Ramos. It is because of Jung-Hoo Lee. Those are the guys who are to blame for today's loss. So make sure we're checking the people who need to be checked. We don't need people to get freaking friendly fire out here when it's not where it's not. Yeah. That's not properly being applied, I should say.
Yeah.
Talking about the anger. This was an absolute horrendous baseball game. This is unacceptable. And I'm telling you, if you're seriously wanting to do something about trying to get into playoffs, this is not what you do. This is the wrong way of getting it done here. Come on, wake the hell up.
That's why I think he has to have like I say, a Hal McRae moment. You say, and I totally agree with you. This isn't on Bob Melvin. But if I'm Bob Melvin, I'm going in there and I'm firing the phone out of the wall. I'm going in there going, what the hell? I'd say other language, but what the hell are you guys like? And you know what? You send Birdsong immediately down.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
And I wouldn't hesitate to make a few other moves and make people accountable, Eric. People have to be held accountable. Nobody's being held accountable. And while Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee, I'm not going to make any excuse, Eric, because he is your field general of your left, right, center. The center fielder always takes charge.
Yes.
On any ball.
Yes.
But I also have to. You know what? Deep down, I feel like the unpredictability lately of Ramos leaves him like, I don't know what the hell. Like,
You might have to.
Ramos is a freight train. I don't want to.
tomorrow-
Poor little Jung-Hoo Lee would get killed if he hit him.
Tomorrow, he needs to be on the bench, period.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Bench
Big
him.
shake up. If you're not here and willing to play and put your life on the line for this team, sit the hell down.
Here we go. Nick, it's on Bob Melvin. What did Bob Melvin do? Talk to me.
I didn't
Nick,
see Bob
hey,
Melvin throw
hey,
one away
hey,
tonight,
hey,
Eric.
Let me see. What did he do? Did he not catch the pop fly? Did he strike out 4 times? Did he get the golden sombrero? What did Bob Melvin do, Nick? Hiroku, what did Bob Melvin do today to lose this game? What did Bob Melvin today do to lose this game? Explain it to me. How do we know he doesn't hold anybody accountable? Are you in the clubhouse? Hiroku, you like to go out there and talk, but are you in the clubhouse? You don't know. I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. We don't know. All we know is the performance out there by the players was horseshit. It was horseshit. You can't say anything different than that. We don't know what Bob Melvin does behind closed doors. We don't. What else are you going to do? Keep playing. Who are you going to play? They keep playing. Who are you going to play? Tell me. Explain it to me. Who are you going to play? Explain this to me. Who are you going to play? You have a roster of 26 guys, right? You also got the 40-man where you could go into. What are you going to do? Come on, talk to me. How are you going to make it better right now? How are you going to make it better? How would you have changed the course of today's baseball outcome by firing Bob Melvin? You're not. You're not. Guys, all I'm asking you is to think about this and stop using emotion. That's all I'm doing, even though I'm blowing up here. Stop using emotion. You got to think about this, guys. That's all I'm saying. It was an absolute tire fire of a baseball game. But put the blame where the blame needs to be, and that is on the players. Bob Melvin did Bob Melvin go, you know what? Hey, I tell you what, Birdsong, just go out there and walk 4 guys and allow 5 earned runs. Right? Is that what he did? No, you know what Bob Melvin did? He was actually pretty smart. When he saw Birdsong had nothing, and he was immediately warming up the bullpen.
Yep.
Immediately warming up the bullpen.
Let's see.
And he was trying to let Birdsong get out of it. It was the first freaking inning, man. It was the first inning. He had not recorded an out. You don't go out there and go get a guy. You're going to try to let him get out of it. You have to, period. But it was good on Bob Melvin that he went out there and he warmed up the bullpen. And once it got out of control, he yanked Birdsong.
That was good to see. So the fact that he just did that, Eric, flies in the face of the comments here tonight. Somebody asking where Wilmer has been. I've been asking that same question. Why you fucked him? Eric, why did they change? And I've asked you this in recent shows, haven't I, Eric? Why have they changed the whole mentality of this team? Changing where guys are playing, changing where they're batting order. And dude, keep messing with the emotional mind of this team, Eric.
Okay, we're going to talk about that.
Wilmer was fine playing every day. Oh, let's sit him on the bench for four days. And then play him. And then 3. Well, dude, he played every day. He was producing. Now he's not producing. Well, now he's only playing once or twice a week, right? Right? Why do they continue to, as my dad would say, why do they fiddle with this team? They fiddle with it.
Yeah, I hear you.
You got to admit, early in the season, it wasn't broken. But they had to start changing and tinkering and fucking around.
I don't think they really, honestly, they weren't tinkering around. They just stopped playing the way they were supposed to. All right, let me get to the super chat. DL Maida, the $10. Thank you, sir. At the end of the day, these players are grown men with jobs and they're not performing. Thank you. Thank you, Maida. You understand where I'm going here. I know that if I showed up to work and half-assed everything, I'd be fired. No questions asked. 100%. 100%. Period. Those are the guys who go out there and are supposed to get the job done. And if they're not, well, guess what? It's the manager's job to go out there and make sure that they get straight one way or another. And if they can't hack, well, then you have to send them somewhere else, whether it's AAA, whether it's DFA. But again, with baseball, it's a little bit different. So you gotta have a little bit more time. Come on. Come on. Who are you going to play the next day? Hiroka, who are you going to play the next day? Who are you going to play? What are you doing? Tell me, Hiroka, what would you do to change right now? If Bob Melvin, if they're not performing, what does Bob Melvin do? Who does he put in the lineup? What do you do? Who's leading off? Who's batting second, third, and fourth? Talk to me. Who's going to be your starting pitcher? Who are you going to go to in the bullpen? Come on. Come on. I'm not saying that Bob Melvin doesn't have his issues. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking specifically about today's game. Today's game was an absolute damn disaster. At a time where you don't want to be playing an absolute disaster of a game. You're trying to do something here and you're just throwing it away. They just, pun intended, they threw this ball or they threw this game away.
And while they do that, they're throwing away this season, Eric.
They are 100%.
They've lost 6 in a row. Do I need to remind you? 6 in a row, Eric?
Yep.
Let's compete in the National League West, losing 6 in a row.
Yep.
I'm just tired of the excuses.
And I'm tired of some lackluster play, man. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh, he shouldn't have played. Yeah, he shouldn't have played today. I agree. He shouldn't have played today. So what are you going to do? Well, I think they're going to bench him. So yeah, you could say that. You could say that Matos should have been in left field today. I would agree with that. Justin, we'll talk about that later. $2. Red Sox lost on a catcher's interference. Yeah, but guess what happened? We'll go real quick. A segue. Jordan Hicks pitches for the Red Sox, walks the first 2 batters, loads the bases, and then they got a catcher's interference, walked it off. Have fun with Jordan Hicks. Have fun with
Giants
Jordan
baseball in the East Coast now. Huh?
Yeah, I know. But my God, dude, I bet you if Melvin plays Ramos tomorrow, then I will be on here bitching about Melvin.
Yeah, but in fairness again to Bob Melvin, Eric, he can only go with so many horses. He's only got so many horses in this race, dude. It's not like his bench is just bustling with talent.
Thank you.
Not a deep lineup there.
Thank you. I
mean,
know.
What do you do? What do you do?
All you can do is throw out Matos. Throw Matos out there. That's all you can do. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no one else.
Yeah.
Because if you do make a move, that means you got to send someone down.
Okay, give me your opinion. You know I'm a Wilmer guy, and I've been critical of Wilmer. Don't anybody. How you can sit there? I've even said Wilmer, great trade piece. How about that, Eric? Trade him. You got to trade him now. You got to trade him like this week, next week. You trade him this month, Eric, right? But when people come in every night and Wilmer's he shouldn't be in the lineup. You take Wilmer out, Eric, and we're below 5 right now. Today, we're already below 500. So Wilmer will always be the guy who played here and nobody showed him any love, you know.
Yeah.
Wilmer hit 3 home runs. Remember the infamous Cincinnati series, hits 3 home runs in like 2 days, and they sit him on the bench, and everybody, oh yeah, you got to sit him down. What the hell are you talking? Why would you take, again, fiddle, why would you take your biggest offensive piece and say, we got to trade him right away, or we got to bench him, sit him on the bench? He's your only guy hitting at one point. What are we doing? And then Eric's right. If a guy can't field the position, he shouldn't be playing the position. Eric. And this isn't Little League.
You know what you may need to do?
And like I said in the intro, this isn't a developmental league, buddy. When you get to the majors, you better be able and willing to play your position.
And don't be lazy. That's what I'm saying.
Jesus.
Don't go out there.
That is a big factor for me.
I hate the lackluster.
Appear to be lazy and lackluster.
Yeah, lackluster. Like you don't care. There's not a care in the world. Let me throw the ball in. Don't give a shit. I hate that.
Somebody
what are you doing?
What I said last night. He needs a tummy tuck. Dude, he's not really in the best of shape, in my opinion, either.
Who?
Ramos.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I think, few too many evenings at the steakhouse.
Yeah.
And you know what? Oh, dude, you probably didn't. You weren't up. I had a dental appointment early this morning. Had to go back again tonight to get, slide into their schedule. Apparently in California, you can't just show up and get dental work done. It's like, we'll see you in like November. I'm like, Jesus, I'm dying here. So I was up early this morning, caught KMBR. They're playing a clip from the preseason, Eric. Training camp. Dude, I wish I had it. Maybe I'll break it out tomorrow.
Oh, boy. All right.
It was Ramos speaking about how this year he was going to play hard. He worked all off season. He wanted to win a Gold Glove.
Yeah.
I couldn't make that up, dude. They played the clip. So they were on to it already. They were already smelling what we were. And look what happened today. I'm sure they'll be back on that train.
I just cannot believe what the kind of game. And the thing is, the lineup here, the hell with it. Now that I'm done with this.
But dude, it's all over. You know, you say, look, left field. In the last couple of games, okay, since the All-Star break, when you should be rested, name a player or a position on this team that hasn't fucked up. Catching, first base, second base, throwing balls away, missed plays, dropping balls, can't bend over and pick up a ball, not calling your position in center field, taking charge. And somebody said, and again, guys, I see the chats. Eric does as well. And, it wasn't Lee's fault because he was called off. It doesn't matter. He's got the last say.
He wasn't called off. If you look at the relay,
he has the last say regardless.
He's the center fielder.
The fielder says, I'm taking the ball.
He takes command. He's it.
Dan would have learned that. I'm sure Dan's on his show saying, I learned that in T-ball. That's what they teach you. The fundamentals of baseball, Eric.
Fundamentals. Yeah. Which they were doing in the beginning of the season, and it's tailed off.
And now it's like funny mentals. Dude, it was just a comedy of errors, and it's just embarrassing baseball.
Take a look.
Now, today's Giants in Review on Giant Sports Talk Live.
Giants lose 9-5.
Don't let the stat line fool you there, Eric.
Look at that. No, the lineup was fantastic. 12 hits, 5 runs, 2 errors.
Will kill you, though.
Atlanta.
Two errors in a ball game will hurt you.
Atlanta, 9 runs on only 8 hits. Lee, 1 for 5. Ramos, 0-4. Devers, 2-4. It was nice seeing Devers out there. He was hitting the ball pretty damn hard. Imagine that. I don't hear. Where's the slander on Devers? I'm waiting for that. Waiting for the slander on Devers. Adames, 4 for 5 with the home run. Chapman, 2 for 4. Yastrzemski, 0 for 5. Flores, 2 for 4.
Yeah, bench him. 2 for 4.
1 for. And Bailey, 0 for.
Now let's
3 for 11 with the runners in scoring position. Ain't getting it done. Fielding. Gage, he had that bad throw to first, but hey, that was a beautiful backup by Casey Schmidt.
Get it over with. Get to the pitching.
Casey Schmidt did, that was a beautiful throw. Birdsong, 0 innings pitched.
A fantasy nightmare tonight.
Only covering the San Francisco Giants can I sit there and say 0 innings pitched, but yet only gave up 1 hit. He gave up 1 hit, 5 earned runs. What in the fuck am I looking at? What am I looking at here? 0 innings pitched, 1 hit, 5 earned runs. Pathetic. Gage, as I said, only allowed 1 hit, but unfortunately, Matt Chapman couldn't glove it. He should have had it, man. He should have had it.
Look, and you're going to go down the list quickly there, but you got Gage, Bivens, Beck, Walker, Doval. You're smack dab in the middle of a road trip. First game in Atlanta, Eric, and you had to use your pen at length today.
I
mean, when your pitcher doesn't get an out, your starter doesn't get an out, it's going to be a long night for the pen.
Yeah. They better warm up because Wednesday is going to be more of the same.
You know, it's a small sample size, so do not think I'm going out and saying this guy's an all-star, Eric. But a couple of games in, you know, Gage has given them some quality outings so far. A couple of quality outings. He really has. I mean, look at tonight. Gave up a hit and struck out 3 in his 2. And he came. Look what he came in. That was, dude, that was a high leverage situation.
It was, man. Gage was good. That's found money right there. You went out there and you got Gage. That's found money.
Yeah,
I like it.
He wasn't just out there eating an inning or 2.
No, he went out there and ate 2. But it was as you said, high leverage situation, especially in that first inning.
Come in, shut him down, bases loaded, dude. Don't underestimate that. And then you see what else, everybody.
And then Bivens gave up 4 hits, 3 earned.
Bivens, you know what?
Eck had a clean inning.
France.
Walker, he got screwed because of that stupid fly ball into left center field. And then Doval came in, didn't allow any runs, but he looked like shit.
Ugly.
Ugly, man. Ugly.
Will the real Giants please stand up?
Look, something's gonna have to go. Something's gonna have to go.
Or someone.
I mean, this is not acceptable. And I think there's gotta be some accountability. Has to be. You can't go out here and do this.
No, to be fair to anyone on this lineup, Eric, you can't sit here and say it was Lee's fault or Ramos' fault, or it was everyone's fault, Eric. No one.
It was a team effort in failing.
No one goes to the.
It was a team effort.
Yes, no one goes to the dressing room today saying, "I played a decent game. What were you guys doing?" Everybody had a hand in this.
Everybody was high-fiving. Hey, way to play ass. Way to play ass, guys. Woo! High five. Let's do a little
Well, we've seen what Adamas can do. He's getting the bat going, and we've seen how Adamas can, lift the spirits, and his spirits get lifted when they're winning. Let's see what Adamas brings to the table when they're losing, Eric.
Well, he's still doing it while they're losing. He's been hot during the 6th game.
If you're getting the team fired up when you're scoring 12 runs and winning, I want to see some emotion when you're losing.
They're gonna look.
Who is the team leader? Who's the leader in the dressing room, Eric?
I think it's Adamas.
Who's the leader?
I think it's Adamas.
Gotta be.
I think it's Adamas.
It's gotta be. And poor Webb. You know what? Everybody says don't trade Webb. Don't trade. You don't think Webb will want to get out of here at some point? God.
Justin, please listen to me. Do you think Melvin's game plan, as he was writing it out, hold on, in the first inning, I want to blow up the bullpen?
Are we still on the bullpen? And are we still on
Justin, are you serious? Are you seriously saying Melvin torched the pin in the first inning? Rephrase that. Who torched the pin in the first inning, Justin? And come with the right answer. It ain't Bob Melvin. Who torched the bullpen in the first inning? What do you guys... Are you just looking for people just to blame, just for the hell of it? Really? This is what it is. It's freaking shooting from the hip, knee-jerk reactions, and you just want to throw freaking people under the bus that don't need to be thrown under the bus yet. So let's fix this, Justin. Who torched the pin in the first inning?
I'm blaming Robert Rothberg. It's all Robert's fault, Eric. That's who I'm blaming.
Thank you, Darren.
I'm not pulling the pistol tonight, but I told you. I'm not going to. There's a couple of comments saying, Glenn, you called this. Dude, nobody. Oh, they're not a 500 team. This is a World Series caliber team. Make a few trade. We're winning it all. Eric, 6 losses when it matters most.
Oh,
now.
It sucks.
We're into July, dude.
No, I know.
And every night I ask you, how many games out? Oh, we're 12. Oh, we're 9. Oh, we're 6. Oh, we're 3. 3 out, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Hope. What is the manager supposed to do when your starting pitcher can't record an out? What are you supposed to do if you are a manager of a team and your starting pitcher can't record an out? What are you supposed to do?
What did he do wrong? What is
Nothing. He
this?
did
What did
nothing
Bob
wrong.
Melvin do wrong tonight, Eric?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm trying to figure it out. Not today. Look, if you want to blame him for other decisions, I get it. I understand.
He played the hand he was dealt tonight, Eric.
Thank you.
Oh, anyway, the chat can get me just. Ugh. Anyway,
thank you, Dio. I know. I'm trying to understand what the hell is going on with you guys. Come on. All I'm asking you guys to think about this, please.
Season isn't over. You're
What's up,
never
Ibrahim?
as good as you look and never as bad as you look either. To start a streak, just win the first one. Win tomorrow,
Fair.
game by game. 3 back with lots to play. San Diego, New York. Yeah, Eric.
Versus San Diego and New York. That is true.
My problem right now is, do you know, Eric?
Great point.
I don't want to go nuts here, Eric, but do you know the importance of tomorrow's game?
Oh, it's important. It is.
Because I told you last night in the hot corner, dude, the hot corner, what was the detrimental game in this whole series? Wednesday. Verlander is pitching for the Giants, and Strider is pitching for Atlanta. Everybody's lined up in Vegas right now saying, my money's on Atlanta. So if you lose the opener, tomorrow's game means...
Strider is everything he's up to. I mean, right? He's not exactly Strider-like yet. Right?
Dude.
Let's see what we got here.
Dude, I ain't putting money on
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Dude, I think I'm going to have to freaking cut this one short. I'm going to have to cut this one short. This is the most ridiculous thing turd. Guys, I love your interaction on the chat, but man, you guys are coming with some weird shit here. Blame Posey. Blame Posey when he's only had the job for less than a freaking year. He hasn't even built the team yet, and you want to blame Buster Posey.
Again, he's dealing with the cards he's dealt. Oh, Eric's lost it. All right, I'm going to go see if I can settle him down. And you know what? This might be a good call. While we still have actually sponsors for this show, here they are.
Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. By GenesisGoldIRA.com, Signatures for Soldiers. Duxwell Printing, for all of your printing needs in the Bay Area. Visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And by BetterCreditCards.com. For the best credit card choice for you, visit BetterCreditCards.com. Covering the San Francisco Giants nightly. Online, we are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
Well, there you go. Eric seems to be missing in action. Eric is, I'm just hoping he's not being checked into a mental institution or something. Straitjackets for everyone tonight, apparently. I can see his frustration. You guys aren't helping out here. Like, what is going on?
Hear nobody talking about blaming the players, but all I hear is fucking Posey this and Melvin this. What the fuck is going on, man? Jesus.
Posey took over a job. He's already got basically his lineup, Eric. And he brought you Devers? He got you Devers?
Yeah. Adames? Yeah. But who gives a shit? I don't get this, dude. Honestly, I don't get this. This doesn't make any sense. I have not yet seen someone in the chat say, what the fuck was Ramos doing? I haven't seen that once in the chat. I haven't seen anything about what the hell Lee's doing. Haven't seen any of that.
We're blaming the lineup.
Good God, man. Blaming Posey. What is that? Dude, that makes absolutely zero sense.
Turd says, Eric, who assembled the roster? You know who assembled this roster, Eric. And I don't want to bring up that regime again, but it's not Posey.
What are you talking about? He brought freaking Devers. He tried to improve with Adames, and he's proven that, hey, the guy can hit. He's proven it right now. He tried to do something with Verlander. Look, arbitration guys are arbitration guys. If you don't sign Yes, if you don't sign freaking Wilmer, or not Will, yeah. If you don't sign Wilmer, if you don't sign Lamont Wade, if you don't get Tyler Rogers, who is going to fill those positions? Who is going to be a first baseman? Who is going to be your right fielder? Who is going to be your righty in the bullpen? Who is going to be your bench player? Come on. What is he going to go freaking sign 10 free agents?
There's still a few guys in here trying to get your
Come
vote.
on.
I'll cut it short on you, Eric, if this continues, because, it's...
Good God dang, man. I don't understand. And you guys have, look, for those of you who've been watching me for the last couple of years, know I don't pull any punches, right? I'll say what I want to say no matter how I feel. My God. My God, man.
I think we both do. And you know what? Players only meetings only go so far, Eric. They only
Hey, who's the president of baseball operations for the Texas Rangers? Anyone? Who is the Pobo for the Texas Rangers?
Should I know this, or are you asking?
No. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Who is
how to make me look bad? All right.
Who's the Pobo for the Texas Rangers? Armand, Chris Young. Has he ever had experience as a Pobo? Has he ever had an experience of being president of baseball operations? Has he ever had experience as a executive in a major league baseball franchise? The short answer is no. He has never had experience. What was he? What was Chris Young prior to being president of baseball operations? Was a player. My God. Are you telling me Buster Posey can't figure out how to be president of baseball operations? God. My God, man. My God, dude. I don't understand. All I'm asking you guys is to think about this and don't fly off the handle. Don't fly off the handle. Oh my gosh. Well, come on. Yeah, I get it. The memory making. I get it. Buster Posey is just, look, do you fault Buster Posey for coming out and saying this? Think about this. Let's think about this. What was the state of the Giants before Buster Posey got hired? People were pissed off. Giants fans were pissed off. No one could stand Farhan anymore. The stench in the room was absolutely horrendous. Everybody praised the move of Buster Posey. Why? Because we got a baseball guy coming into the office. He wants to bring back the glory of the San Francisco Giants, and he's trying to do that. He went out there and he extended Chapman. He went out there and signed Adames. He went out there and signed Verlander, and he traded for a Rafael Devers. Are you telling me that he is not trying to do what he can to try to improve on this team rather than what Farhan did? Were you happy with the carousel of players every single freaking day when Farhan was Pobo? Did you like that? Did you like the incessant platooning? Did you like when pitchers went out there for an inning and then they pulled them? Next thing you know, you went through 5 fucking pitchers. Is that what you want to go back to? Or do you want someone like Buster Posey, who has brought you 3 championships? The guy was an MVP. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. How about you give the guy a freaking chance? It's baseball. You cannot fix an organization in what is this? Not even a year worth of being on the job. And you expect him to pull a miracle out of his ass? Are you serious? How about you give this guy some time? Look, I'm not saying everything is perfect. It's not what I'm saying. Give the guy some damn time, for crying out loud. What are we living in a world to where everything's got to be done instantaneously?
That's a problem.
You want that instant gratification? Is that what you want? You don't want to work towards something? My God, bring everybody up. Bring everybody up. Even though they've had no success in the minor leagues, bring everybody up. Who cares? How about you set them up for success? How about that? It takes It takes some time to put together a major league team. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yes, people want to see Matos Silver in left field tomorrow. Robbie's in tonight. He was pissed at Melvin when he didn't give Ramos the hook. You know what, Eric? I haven't seen that in a long time. Do you remember Billy Martin pulling Reggie Jackson in the middle of a Monday night game?
Yes.
And Reggie going, who, me? And then they got into it. Dude, it fired up the team. It fired up the team. Sometimes, dude, have I not said things like that, Eric? That the one thing I don't understand about Bob is get out there, and there's nothing wrong with going out and kicking a little dirt, Eric, and firing up your team. I'd like to see a little more of that from Melvin.
Well, you know what? He needs to look, and I'm all for this.
A little more emotion. I sure as hell would. Eric, if it was you or me in the dugout, all hell would be breaking loose.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, though. Sometimes what you got to do is you got to praise in public and you discipline behind closed doors. Sometimes you got to do that, because the last thing you want to do is you don't want to lose the guy, right? Because these guys are prima donnas, right? Glenn, we've talked about this. Baseball players are prima donnas. So if you go out there and you can't necessarily do the Billy Martin, even though it was fantastic for freaking TV, right? But you can't do that. You got to praise them in public and you get after them behind closed doors. That's what you have to do. Otherwise, you just lose everybody. You got to be careful in what you do when you want to get into somebody. Now, does that mean he shouldn't have been? I would have benched him after that play when he came in for that inning. I would have said, Ramos, you on the bench. Matos, you go play left. That's all you got to do. Period. Thanks, Rob. Did he donate? Did we miss any else? Oh yeah, here we go. Aaron lost $2. Eric's blood pressure meds. Love the passion. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. My ticker is just fine. Rob Iman, give Posey at least 3 years. Thank you, Rob. I starred this. Bogser. Absolutely. Internet is to blame for instant gratification. Facts.
Well, I'll give you credit, Eric. You come in hot tonight. Usually you got to settle me down tonight. Dude, you're feeling it.
I'm having chest pain.
Well, come on. Because the type of baseball that I watched today was absolutely shit.
I knew better than to even text you. At that first inning, nobody out, pitching change. We went to a commercial break. I went, oh, shit, I'm not even going to. I never even heard from Robbie Dizzle today. Everybody's just like, leave. Let's just let sleeping dogs lie. But I'm also tired of getting texts and emails, Eric. Tomorrow, we turn the page. It'll all be better. Dude.
100%. I'm going to tell you this right now. Alex says because Eric was still believing. I'm still believing. Does this bad game mean that it's the end of the season? I'm not going to say that. That's stupid. End of the season. Pack it up. It's over. Sell. No, I'm not there yet.
All right. Well, I'm selling. I'm selling, Eric.
I'll tell you what. No, I'm not meaning to come at you at that. What I'm saying is
because you might want to turn the page like some of these guys. We just lost 3 to the Blue Jays. We've lost 6 in a row, dude. When is this getting better?
By the way, what did the Blue Jays do against the Yankees today?
They beat them.
Beat the shit out of them, 4-1. Right? They're playing damn good baseball. That happens in baseball. There's times when you run into a team. What did the Miami Marlins do after they played the Giants? They swept the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay. You just happen to luck at the draw. You want to talk about the 4-leaf clover? Well, the Giants, it was the opposite of the 4-leaf clover because you ran into 2 hot teams that took care of business. That happens in baseball. But look, the season isn't over. I'll tell you this. You get buried anymore. I tell you, when you're going up against the Mets and the Pirates and you can't take care of business, and to be honest with you, I want to see them win tomorrow because I want to take the series. Well, then I'm concerned. There's no doubt about it.
Well, there you go, Eric. There you go. Finally, Eric, the Mets won today. The Pirates won today. You want to look at our division? The Padres won.
Yeah, we're 3.5 back.
5-1 in the bottom of the 8th.
But how many teams do we have?
Everyone is winning or won except the Giants today. Well, the only team that didn't win.
The Reds lost too. The Reds
Huh?
and the Giants are lost. Reds and Giants are lost because they lost. The Reds and
Okay, what the Reds? The
but
Reds.
that's your competitor. That's what I'm saying. Right now, the Giants only have to leap one team to get to that third wild card. That's it.
But
That's
they're
what
all
I'm
winning.
saying.
They're
Right?
winning. They're gaining ground on us. They're not.
Yeah, but they're not playing
ahead
great
of
baseball
us.
either. They're not playing that great of it. Look at Armand. Ask Armand. The Mets aren't playing very good baseball. San Diego isn't exactly lighting the world on fire. Hold on. What is the Padres? Okay, they have been. They're in the last 10, they're 7-3, so they're playing
Well, I'm
baseball.
sure on the Mets channel they're saying, "Don't worry
Mets.
about the Giants. They ain't setting the world on fire either."
Mets are 5-5, so it's not. They're not exactly running away with it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the beauty of baseball. So let's just see what happens. That's all I'm saying. I just want them to turn it around, and if they don't turn it around, then guess what? You gotta wash your hands and say, gotta wait till next year. But I'm not there yet.
Eric, at the end of the series, we're a week away from the trade deadline. When are you giving up hope? When are you going to finally mail it in? Dude, if we lose this series, if we get swept in this series, it's time for a wake-up call, Eric. Dude.
Cam says they're way better than us.
I say we're going to take it on the chin Wednesday. I say we're going to take it on the chin. Tomorrow is so big a game, dude. If we go 7 losses in a row and have to face Strider with Verlander and Wentz, dude, I'm already packing it in. If we get swept and you don't pack it in, then
hey, Armand, that link is for you. I'm only going to bring in Armand. I'm not bringing in a bunch of people. I want to talk to Armand. Armand, there is the link. If you could come in, I would appreciate it. Cam says the Mets are way better. How so? Where are the Mets ranked in Major League Baseball in pitching?
Armand, you come in on line 2, and Eric is saying, "Don't panic, don't panic."
Not yet.
Although he looks a little panicked up there.
Justin, hey man, I know you want to come in, but I want to talk to Armand. If he got time at the end, and we'll bring you in. Just hang out.
And we're already 48 minutes in. I told you I was going for an hour tonight, Eric.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was going for an hour. Dude, I'm afraid to leave you alone. We're afraid to leave you alone. Is there someone, Eric? Is there someone else in the house?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good,
Man,
good.
Hey, come on, man. I'm not that crazy. I might be a little crazy, but not that crazy.
Well, when you blew out earlier in the show, I didn't know what to wrap. People were like, "Okay, run the credits." I don't know. People were calling for the credits. They go, "Okay, let's wrap it up." He thought the producer was behind the camera going, "Okay."
Oh, that's not what it was. There's
right,
there's Armand right on.
For Armand, Eric.
Real quick. Let me get to these $2.
Sorry.
Birdsong has options. Should go to SAC for a bit. Also said, would Birdsong benefit? Yes, 100%. Thank you for the $2. Hey, you didn't have to do it twice. Fuji, you didn't have to do it twice. I saw it. I just hadn't got to it. Sorry about that. But thank you. All right, Armand, let's bring you in.
Okay.
Armand.
Hey, guys.
Good God almighty, dude. Okay, we got to talk about this.
Is Chad on drugs today?
I get it. Look, I can understand it to a certain point because they want the team to win. I think it's just a little bit misguided on where the anger should be, right? That's
Yeah.
I think the focus. So tell me, are the Mets as much of a do we have to fear the Mets at this particular time, right? Because baseball, 6 months, sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not, and sometimes you're in the middle. Are the Mets are they so strong that the Giants couldn't win a series?
Not right now.
Thank you.
The bullpen's been overused. Tonight, Senga did not have it. He only went 3 innings. We had to use our bullpen.
Wow.
He went 3 2/3 innings. He had 3 walks, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. It wasn't good. He had no command.
Wow. Oh, real quick. Who's your manager again for the Mets again?
Carlos Mendoza.
Fire him. Get rid of him. Get rid of Carlos Mendoza. He's horrible. Get rid of him. What's he doing? Why is he blowing up the bullpen? Come on, Armand. Why? He only went 3 innings. Why is he trying to torch the bullpen? Come on.
I know where you're going with this. Like tonight was on Sunday. The bullpen saved our ass. The offense was looking abysmal. Brett Beatty, thank God, hit a 2-run home run to get us 2 runs. And then the Angels had a bad defensive inning. They had a bad defensive inning, which brought us back into this game. We got lucky tonight. We got Montas tomorrow. Now I got to pray that he can go at least 6 innings tomorrow.
He's your
He's
bullpen.
gone at least 5 because the bullpen's been overused.
Yeah.
And Mania pitches on Wednesday afternoon, which I'll be at that game. I got to pray that they don't, this is going to be his now second full start back. He came back the series against the Royals on Sunday when he came out of the bullpen, but he's only had one full start after the All-Star break, which was Friday. Knowing him, just like Singer tonight, had about 80 pitches max to go tonight because he was off of an injury, the same as Mania. I got to pray Mania has to be efficient with his total pitches for the game and try to get us through 6 innings because our bullpen is torched.
Yep. Dude, and hey, how about this? When you show up, I should say when the Mets show up, you know who you're facing, right? 1 and 2, right? You're facing Logan Webb
and Robbie
Ray. It's not going to be easy. Look and watch. There's going to be people in the chat. Well, their last start, they were absolutely shitiful. Yeah, that's going to happen. But when you're pitching in Oracle Park, it's not going to be easy, man. It's not going to be easy. So I like the Giants' chances, again, because of how well they've been playing throughout the year. Look, yesterday, right? We know who the team is, right? They've played 100 games, right, Glenn? They've played 100 games. This is the lineup who they are, right? We've heard this. This is who they are. Well, guess what? What has the pitching done through these 100 games? Pretty damn good. So are you going to have a little bit of rockiness? Sure. But for the most part, they're going to come out and they're going to deal.
Eric, I like your spirit, but let me approach Armand.
Go for it.
Just the opposite. Armand, as an outsider who loves the game, you're you're one of our most knowledgeable. We appreciate you coming on, dude. But if you look at the Giants playing the Marlins and the White Sox, you had just had 3 against the Jays. Now we're in Atlanta. Are you, as an outsider, going, oh, Giants can beat the Braves? Giants can beat the Braves. Or what are your thoughts as an outsider on what you're seeing and what you predict you should be seeing from the Giants?
So, as an outsider, I have 2 answers to that. If I didn't watch your show, guys, and get the knowledge and information from Giants fans, just like you said, Glenn, I would think that the Giants would, for how bad the Braves are playing, for all their injuries, to their pitching staff, to the lack of offense from them, I would think you guys are going to sweep them. But watching you guys every night, seeing the chat, hearing the problems that you have, just like the Mets, runners in scoring position. Tonight, 1 for 6, the Mets were tonight with runners in scoring position. Still not good enough.
Right.
Still not good enough with the lineup that I have.
Okay, take it from me, Armand, just a word of advice. And I'm sure I speak for Eric as well. If you want to be educated on the Giants, don't always put your trust in our chat. Just leave it at that. Come on.
Hey, fans are going to come in and they're going to have and that's fine, right?
Well, like he said, you read the chat and,
I
got a grasp on this team, Eric. I got an understanding. And I'm lacking understanding tonight. They're on Bob Melvin. They're on the bullpen. They're holy crap. Our pitcher, Armand, you think your pitchers sing at a bad day? You saw what happened.
I know. I saw Birdsong's thing, and as soon as Birdsong got pulled out, and I saw it was like out of the first inning, I said, well, there goes the bullpen.
Oh, yeah, and you must have thought, I got to tune into Giant Sports Talk Live tonight.
Actually, since you're having me on, my president of baseball operations, David Stearns, had a press conference today and got a little bit of knowledge into the trade deadline from his point of view.
What did he have to say? Oh, it's not good.
It's not good, and I'm taking it not just from the Mets perspective, but as a whole.
Okay.
From the buyer's point of view, that there's not a lot of sellers out there, and a lot of the sellers that are there are asking for too much in return and are looking to copy what the Mets did when we traded Verlander and we traded Scherzer and how we paid down their contracts to get a better prospect return. His teams are looking to do that.
I see.
Is to let's as an example, the White Sox with Luis Robert Jr. He hasn't had the best season. If you look at his offensive statistics, his stolen bases are probably the best thing that he has going for him. He has 2 club options for the next 2 years after this year at $20 million per. The White Sox are looking to probably say, look, we'll give you 15, let's say 10 to 15 million to get a better prospect return because they know they're not going to get a good return on him for his offensive production. His value is just too down. There's not a lot out there. There's more pitching out there than there is bats out there.
Yeah.
We can count the bats on our hands. You got Suarez from Arizona. You got Cedric Mullins from Baltimore. O'Hearn from Baltimore. Robert from the White Sox. There's not many hitters out there. I saw something today that Mozeliak from the Cardinals is going to talk to Arenado. That's telling me clearly that they want him off the books to see if he'd be willing to go to other teams instead of having that list that he had in the offseason. But from Stearns' point of view, he would like to upgrade center field. There's not many center field options out there. The Stephen Kwan stuff has blown up since you brought it up to me, Eric, a few weeks ago.
God,
that's
too much. You're gonna ask way. There's no way.
He has 2 years of control, so I don't think it's gonna happen now. I could see Kwan getting traded in the offseason.
Offseason, I could see maybe, but not now.
Hey, Armand, you just said there's a lack of hitters, lots of pitchers, and even the fact that there's pitchers, maybe the price is high on a lot of them. Do you think it could be a quieter trade deadline than people think?
From what I was gathering from David Stearns and even foul territory with Rosenthal, and from what I've read from online with reporters, is it's probably not going to be a lot of trades on trade deadline day.
Interesting.
There you go.
There's always going to be more rumors than deals. This might be a time where it's just a lack of teams asking for too much.
Yeah.
Could be. Maybe. Interesting. Very, very.
He's going to be looking into the bullpen market more so than starting pitching.
Okay.
Because of our bullpen being overused.
Right. And then you got your guys coming back. Your starting pitchers are coming back. So
now, if Armand was the man upstairs, you're sitting in the big chair with that big desk, the big oak desk. You got all those phones, and you're working the phones on trade deadline. What do you, as a fan, where do you see the need in the Mets?
We need a high leverage reliever, a guy that can close and set up. So I'm calling up the Twins for Duran. See what I could get for it. If I could get him. Mm-hmm. I called Cleveland about Class A. I do also call Cleveland. I know this is just a pipe dream in me, but I would try to see if I can get a conversation with Jose Ramirez because he has a no trade clause. And rumors are he's like Buxton. He does not want to leave Cleveland. Like Buxton came out at the All-Star game and said, I'm a Twin for life. I have a no trade clause. I don't want to leave Minnesota.
Wow.
Interesting. I would try to get Ramirez because we need Beatty is like our best defender at third base. But like I said, the lack of hitters.
I see you guys called up Francisco again, huh? Alvarez?
Yes, about time. He came up with a big hit today,
Did
which
he?
actually helped us. Yes.
Nice.
Opposite field double.
Oh, nice. It's going to be interesting to see. Hey, you guys interested in Doval? Because honestly, I wouldn't mind freaking trading Doval because you got Rodriguez that could fill in right there. So
no one's Stearns team might.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Giants decide to do. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're right now. I think they're on their cusp of whether to buy or sell. I don't know where they're going to go.
You'll see reports that teams are going to take this up until Tuesday of next week, which will be 48 hours to make a decision. Then you'll see, they're going to wait till after Wednesday because it'd be 24 hours.
But nobody wants to tip their hand either and feel you don't want to go out there trying to make a trade and people say, "Oh, he's desperate." You're going to just wait it out, I think.
I'll tell you, there's a guy. If we're going to get, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glenn. Go.
No, go ahead, Eric. I was just going to say to Armand, you must feel at least a little, even though it's only like a game and a half over San Diego. You're up 3.5 on the Giants. At least it's better to be in that driver's seat. You got some room right now. You're sitting in a postseason spot. We're not.
Yeah, but we still got 2 months of baseball. A lot can happen in 2 months of baseball. The bottom could fall right out. It could. 100%.
I also think that for how the Phillies have been playing, and for only being about a half a game back, I want to say still, even though they won today on the catcher's interference, which is wild.
That was nuts.
Hats off to them for signing David Robertson.
Oh, yeah, the Phillies, yeah.
It's a big signing. He got quite a contract, too.
$5 million, 40 years old. Then again, you only have to throw 1 inning, so it's not as bad as a starting pitcher. So
He'll probably come up sometime in August.
He came out of nowhere.
Here's a question, and because there's a guy that I want the Giants to get. I want them to get freaking Ramon Laureano. I think he'd be a great piece for the Giants because they need a guy who can get on base, gets base hits doubles, and gets on base. I would love to try to get him, but again, maybe the price is going to be too high if the price is that high. But I don't know, man. Talk to me. Since everyone wants to talk about selling, I see what you're saying, Kev. If the Giants are to sell, Glenn, who would you sell from the San Francisco Giants?
Anybody. I'm in with Dan from last night. Dude, you call?
Anybody.
You want Ramos? I'm willing to listen. You want
who are you willing to just give up and to get something back?
Anybody, Eric.
And who would you target in getting back? Yeah, see,
I'm with Armand too. There's not a lot of depth out there to go. Everybody's going to be after that small group of players.
Well, if you're selling, you're probably going to go after, like, for example, I see Rob talking about Robbie Ray. So if you trade Robbie Ray, who are you trying to get back in return? And then to answer that question, who will be your number 2 starting pitcher in the rotation next year?
Well, there you go. I said it last night on the show. If you're trading those kind of guys, you're out. The season's done. Because
you have control over him for next year, right? So if you're trading Robbie Ray, you're kicking 2026. You're kicking 2026. So now you're talking about being done for a few years, right? But no, I get
it. If you did that, based on that, you could say they wasted money on Adonis when that money could have been saved.
Correct. Thank you.
You wasted money on Chapman.
I honestly don't think Buster Posey is going to sell. He may not buy, but I don't think he's going to sell because of what he's already done, right? Armand made a great point. You went out there and you extended Chapman. You signed Adames. You traded for Devers. I don't see him trading anybody. I just don't. Maybe he works it through the free agent. Maybe he does trade in the offseason.
It would have to take a collapse and a king's ransom for Robbie Ray to get traded. Like if like Glenn and Dale said, Dan said last night, trade anybody. How many teams are going to take on Devers' contract if you would trade anybody?
They're not going to. Yeah, they're not trading Devers. That's a key. That's a foundation.
Like you said, there's a key term: a king's ransom. If you feel you've fallen out of this race altogether in another week, and you just say, you know what, we're kidding ourselves.
But there's a difference.
And you can land something big. Then I think you do it.
But what I'm saying is, if you, I understand kicking this year. So guys, if you wanted to trade Flores or Yaz or Duvall,
the rentals would most likely.
Those I can understand. That means you're kicking 2025 down the road, but you're not kicking the future down the road, right? You're getting rid of, right? You see what I'm saying?
However, don't think you're getting a lot. You're not getting anything in return for those guys.
No, you're not. You're just getting them off your right
away.
It's addition.
You get French prospects. You get guys ranked.
Yes.
Clearing payroll. Just clearing a little bit of payroll for the
addition by subtraction, and then in the off season, then you go make some moves because Flores is going to be is a bench guy right now, right? Yaz is going to be a free agent next year, anyways. Okay, Duvall, you could trade Duvall. He's going to be your guy that you get the most back from. Because you got Randy Rodriguez in the wings to be your closer starting next year. So I do those 3 guys, I'm fine. But if you're talking about getting rid of Ray or Ramos, Ramos is the guy that you're trying to trade for to get that young piece. Now, does he have flaws? Does he have warts? Absolutely. Is it something that can be rectified? Yes. He's not a lost cause. Why would you want to get rid of Ramos when
I don't know, Eric? Just saying that if there was what if Baltimore says you want O'Hearn, you want a couple other players, you give us Ramos, I think you listen.
That's different. That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different, but I don't think that's
the team. I said it the other night, Armand, and I said it quickly. I don't know if Eric even picked it up. I think it was on the hot corner early in the show last night. Armand, I just want to say it because when I don't, it happens, and I go, I wish I had said. I wish I had told you so. You know who I think the Giants would be able to work a trade with? Especially for a guy like Ray. Ray and Yaz, I could see them going all day long to Toronto, buddy. That's the team. Toronto and the Giants are just, I think they're set for a trade.
I did read a report that Toronto is going in on pitching.
Oh, you know what? We did the trade deadline show last year, Armand. They had no pitching. They had nothing. That team was as lean on the bone as it got. And look what they've done.
No.
They've turned it around quite nicely. But they've got a couple of things we don't have. They got a catcher who's batting over 300. They got an all-star catcher. They got guys who can hit for average.
I see that comment, Eric.
Is that true?
Damn.
If that's true, that's huge for the Dodgers. I mean, in a bad way.
Well, they'll go out and get somebody if need be.
Because that's their closer.
Never underestimate them, though. They'll go out and get
that's their closer.
Wow. Eric, you said you wanted to bring just one guy in.
Yeah, I see him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we got
I'm going to bring in Dean and Marcus here. There's Dean there, and there's the winner from last night, Mr. Marcus Plum.
Everybody's new favorite guy right there.
Way to go, Marcus.
Thank you again. The trade, oh man, so much was said about the trade stuff, what the Giants are going to get rid of, what they're going to add.
Telling you right now, you better answer correctly. Was it Melvin's
There's no way
fault?
Posey sells. There's just no way.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're on his bandwagon, though. Show everybody the shirt you're wearing, Marcus.
Posey.
Hey!
Okay.
Real quick. Was today's game because of Bob Melvin?
Fuck no. Sorry. Okay. All of that comment stuff, that was all rage.
Where did that come from?
A complete lack of understanding of baseball to say it's Bob Melvin's fault. Like I don't even, or to say it's Buster Posey's fault. Like both it's not. The things that Posey's done is he's brought on Adames, who's been finally gotten his legs under him and looks great at the plate. Looks great. If you say Adames doesn't look great out there, you're not watching. Devers finally looking kind of like himself, getting back healthy. We'll see how that ends up. But yeah, I think the Giants can't afford to sell. I mean, the thing is, the reason why our prospect pool is so bankrupted is really that we had a lot of people come up that were busts. Matos, Luciano, all sorts of, some of the other guys, I don't know them off the top of my head. That's what happens. Like, you have these prospects. Like, what are you trying to trade for prospects for? What prospects? Like, tell me what. I mean, I've looked over the list of all the prospects many times. What prospects are you trading for?
You're right.
That are better, that are really better than like people that have proven themselves somewhat at the big league level, and what you're working with, rather than some guy that's a prospect that you don't know what you're working with.
Marcus, Eric and I said that the other night on the show. Did we not, Eric? You don't want to see a trade made where you bring in, people. And there's still guys. Remember in the hot corner last night? Bring in Luis Robert. I go, the guy's batting 200. Oh, he could be something big. I want
somebody, could be something big.
Especially if you think this is your year, you got to bring in somebody who contributes now.
I agree. Yeah, and I think clearly. I mean, if you looked at Bivens' outings the last few, times around, bad.
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 Beck, good. Beck's
Beck,
been good.
Yeah, there's been some highlights. There's been some highlights in the bullpen, but Bivens has given up 3 runs every outing for the last 5 outings or something. We really need another bullpen arm, and that's why I don't really agree with the notion of trading Doval, because he's going to be an important piece of adding that bullpen depth. It's the reason why.
This is why I said if you're just kicking this year, because then Rodriguez can fill that spot next year. I'm just saying, I don't mind kicking this year. If it gets to the point to where they're out of it, I don't mind kicking players that have to do with this year.
But he has another year of arbitration, right? Or no, is he a free agent? I don't think he's a free agent, right?
Who's that?
Doval has more arbitration years.
I think he's got more arbitration.
Yeah, so like I don't want to get rid of Doval because I get
you. I hear you.
Even if he's not the closer, I want him in the bullpen. He has good stuff. He just, he's an elite. If you think of it as Doval is an elite bullpen prospect, then it sort of reframes like what's going on there, right? It's like if you look at James Woods' stats from last year in the minors, or maybe the year before, his strikeout rate was astronomical. The guy was a strikeout machine. But sometimes you just have to look at the underlying metrics and look at what the upsides are and say, can I take this raw product and turn it into something good? And I think with Doval, there's a lot of rough edges, but it's clear the guy has nasty stuff. I mean,
he's gotten that. He does.
When he's in the strike zone, he's good.
You know where his problem is, right? It's between his ears. It's between his ears. It's not.
Look at tonight, Eric. It really pisses me off. Did you see any of the game, Marcus? Especially the end. Did you see the timing issue? He ended up he Gave the ball, and he just has such an attitude. Fuck you. Bailey's begging him, just throw the ball.
He's just doing this.
Throw the ball. He's like
the thing that we love.
And all you had to do is step off the rubber.
Yes,
all you had to do is step off the rubber.
And I told Eric, I said, he looked lackluster. He's like, I don't care.
The thing that we loved about Doval is also the thing we're hating about Doval now, right? We love that he's just unshaken.
And that's fine, but it's to the point. It's point where it's a detriment.
Yeah, I agree. It's a problem. I'm just saying that there's something there. I'm not ready to jump ship, and we need to bring in more bullpen arms. We need to bring in at least one more starting pitcher. These are things that Posey needs to do. Even if we're not going to win this year, even if we don't make the wild card, here's what Posey needs to do this year. Okay. What Posey needs to do is he needs to prove that our on-field product is a player away from making the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's what he needs. That's what I said at the beginning of the season. If you remember what we were talking about coming out of spring training, I said Posey's number one goal this year is not to make the playoffs. It's to prove that they are one player away from being World Series contenders or being legitimate playoff contenders, because that's the pitch you make to the free agents in this offseason.
Okay. That's fair.
And so deal, if you want to deal guys like Yaz or Wilmer, whatever, that are leaving after this year, sure. Whatever. Fine. But any guy that we have, we know about, we know they have good stuff. Maybe they're slumping. We got to keep them because that's what we're selling. We're selling the team. This is what we have. This is where you fit into it.
That's
Marcus. Let me ask you something. There
Real
are
quick,
guys on this team. I feel for you when you talk about guys like Doval, and there are guys who've had a brief moment. I don't even think I look back at last year, and I know it's a broken record. We talked about it so often, Eric and I, and other guys who've been on the show talking about it. But they've had an opportunity to let the guys in the system show us what they got. And that shuttle back. A lot of guys never really had their shot. The only thing I'm fearful of is guys like Doval. There's a lot of unpredictable, and I'm seeing it now from Ramos too. Just such unpredictability. You never know what you're going to get from one day to the next. He's superstar for a week, and he's in the toilet for a week. And I don't want to be. I know what'll happen come the play. If we snuck into the playoffs and then he blows back-to-back games, everybody will scream, and then we didn't get rid of him. Like, I don't know. I think Buster's in a tough situation. He already gave up Tibbs, so he's given up something out of the.
Tibbs ain't doing shit for
Tibbs
freaking
was
Boston.
Like Tibbs wasn't really anything.
But he's giving him up. So I mean,
it's for Devers. It's for Devers, though.
Right. But when are you just going to gut the system that everybody for years has been saying we don't have a minor league system at all? And I said to Eric, I said to you last week, Eric, what happens down the stretch when we don't have anybody to call up and he trades them all?
Every year there's a draft, and we've signed 17 of the 18 players already.
20.
17 of the 18 players they've already signed. Every year you're getting a new influx of prospects. So it's not like you're bleeding it dry and it never gets refilled. There is a draft every single year. All right, let's hear from Dean.
Don't forget international free agency.
And international free agency in December.
You get the guys from overseas that are 16, 17, 18 years old.
Who we got last year was the best international draft pick in the market, Jassar. And by the way, he's actually killing it in the DCL, just so you guys know.
We'll see him in 8 years from now, though.
What is up?
Oh man, I wish better things were up, but here we are.
What's your thoughts, man?
With this trade talk, man. So I think that we are in a position where punting on 2025 is a very realistic and very doable option.
Could be.
And I think we're also starting to realize, the thing about this situation is that like the holes are very clear. We don't have very good hitting. Our fielding is pretty bad. And I mean, like Chapman notwithstanding, of course, but still, we're getting really poor defense. We're getting really poor hitting. And now we're getting to a point where the pitching is starting to get pretty gassed.
Well, damn, the hitting was there today. The hitting was there today.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm not super concerned about. Well, okay, Birdsong and Verlander, of course, I'm concerned about. But but the starting three of Webb, Ray, and Roop, I'm not too concerned with, and I think the Giants are going to be incentivized to hold on to them for a bit. Because again, pitchers don't grow on trees. It's going to be pretty hard to get another starter for the rotation. So having them as our three, I can live with that. I can live with that as our top three, and maybe shopping around for a fourth and a fifth sometime in the off season, because I don't think they can really opt for that right now. But yeah, I think we have to maybe let go of some of our, just like some of our guys who are going to be up for it. And like, I think the Yaz's and the Flores, unfortunately, I feel like these are definitely options for them to pick up. They're not going to get much from it outside of potential depth, but seeing how depth has been an issue for us this year, I don't see why we shouldn't shore up some of the depth for next year too.
Dean, let me ask you a question, buddy. You're saying what everybody knows. Yes, Flores, whoever. Who wants them? Who wants these guys?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yaz. There's people that want Yaz. I mean,
look at for a bench player.
He's good against right-handed pitchers. It's undeniable if you look at his performances against right-handed pitching. But when left-handers come up, he just like swings the bat around wildly and like has no idea what's going on. Like, that's the issue.
So if we don't mail it in, if we're still in so then we can't trade him.
Well, I don't think that's the case. I think.
Well, I mean, why? I mean, Marcus, you're on both sides of the fence. Oh, we got to trade him. Well, if he's so good, why would we trade him when if you want to go all in this year?
No, that's only if you're out.
I mean, if we want to go all in this year, then I want to keep Yaz.
You got to keep him. Yeah.
I think we want to keep Yaz and get a right-handed hitter that's good against left. I mean, one of our big weaknesses this year is left-handed pitching. Getting someone who is great against left-handed pitching would be, priority number 1, 2, or 3.
I don't know, because how many lefties do you face? See what I'm saying? Because right now you really don't. Yes, I would just give me a freaking contact hitter who gets on base. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you.
Right?
Somebody
I don't give a shit.
280.
I don't give a shit about the platoon because you got Wilmer Flores who could crush lefties who should be on the bench in those situations. So I'm okay with that. I want to get a guy out there who's going to play every single day. Yeah, no, but that's the thing. That's why I'm saying go get freaking Roman.
Go get Ryan O'Hearn.
No, Laureano. He is much better defensively. He could play right field. He's got an arm, and he's a contact hitter. I would love to get him.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying I would love.
He's a one-year guy.
I would love Rob Refsnyder.
He has an option on him, Eric. Laureano has an option on him for next year.
Is it player or his team? I don't know.
It's a team. I think it's a team option. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, then that's even better for the Giants.
Yeah, I was saying I would love Rob Refsnyder as a to go with Yaz.
He's not that good.
I mean, he's not. But if you look at his stats against left-handed pitch, that's the issue, right? Like these are platoon guys. I know people don't love platoon guys, but you got to feel the team, And I don't hate platoon guys if you have a few of them. I mean, Posey's proven that he is willing to put the same lineup out there most of the time, right? With seven of your 8 position players, or 8 of your 9 from your lineup, or whatever. It's fine to have a platoon player here and there.
Hey, Marcus, we're only a week away from this trade deadline, buddy. We're only a week out. At what point do you think Buster said? At what? I keep telling Eric that I think
Buster's never going to sell. So
I don't think he's going to be. He's not. I don't think he's going to sell the big name. He's not going to sell the Rays and all that. I don't see.
The question is, does he hold or does he buy?
Right. That's
those
the
are questions for. Those are the questions for Posey. So if we get that in our heads now, Posey's never selling. Either he doesn't, something small, and says, "Hey, we're just gonna see what we got," or he's gonna buy. And I think Posey wants to make an impact, man.
He wants to. He wants to. You don't go out there and get Devers and say, "I just want to kick the season."
If the field, he's making these safe big moves, right? Where Devers isn't a rental. Devers is a permanent fixture in your lineup.
He's a foundational piece.
Exactly. So if Posey can make a big trade for someone that will, improve our lineup this year, but also stick around for next year, I could see him doing something like that.
There you go.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
If the people who want to sell, give me a name. Who do you want? Everyone said, I want to see that. I want to talk to the chat here for a minute. I see a lot of people sell. So who would you sell? Who is on the top of your list of wanting to get from whatever team?
O'Hearn, his numbers.
Well, no, but you're not going to trade for him because that means you're going for
O'Hearn's a rental, right? So
that's a rental.
You can't trade for O'Hearn if you're selling.
People who want to sell want to revamp see, you want to sell to make the team better today, which I agree. I think they should do that.
That's buy. That counts as buying.
Who wants the people who are calling for sell? Who do you want? Who do you have your eyes on? If everyone's saying sell, what is that golden ticket that you want to get? Ray for Quan, that's not going to happen. Ray for Quan will not happen.
When you sell, you're not getting big league.
Cleveland doesn't want to pay. Cleveland doesn't want to pay money. You're not going to give up Ray for a Quan.
Okay, if people are going to suggest trades that involve us giving up controlled players,
I just want to hear what people want to trade for.
Please tell me.
You don't trade for draft picks, Jay. You don't trade for not in the baseball. You can't trade.
Prospects haven't even been dealt lately. Last year there wasn't a top 100 prospect.
Exactly.
Top 100.
So tell me,
100 prospect dealt.
What prospects? Everyone's saying sell. Everyone's saying sell. So tell me, who are we going to get to make this team better? If you're going to sit there and yell sell, I want to hear who the hell we're getting back. Because if you're giving up a Robbie Ray, I better hear some names of people coming back.
Yeah,
right?
I have ideas of what prospects I would technically want, but I'm not going to go down this road.
Come on,
like Glenn brought up the 0 top 100 prospects that didn't get traded at the deadline.
Yeah,
when top prospects get traded. You know when blockbuster trades happen? The offseason.
Offseason.
Because you have more teams interested in said let's say, star player, superstar player that's going to be traded.
Yeah, winter meeting type move.
Yeah, I think
Winter meetings, they start to talking. Winter meetings, it can happen.
I don't know. I don't think Kwan's going at the deadline.
Ibrahim says, word of caution with selling Mayo was a hot name to sell. Mayo's struggling hard, 100%. Because you know why? You just never know if they're going to make it or not. Because it's a big jump from AAA. This is something, Glenn, how many times have I said on the show, how big of a jump is it to go from AAA to the major leagues?
Oh,
I've lost huge.
I've lost count.
It's huge. I've said that a million freaking times until I'm
jumping off the Niagara Falls, man.
It is. Hypeflix says Ray for Jason Dominguez. No way.
Jason Dominguez is a bum. He's a bum. Way. What does he bring to our lineup?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not giving up a Ray for a.
People are just here's the thing. People are just naming rookies they heard on
34
ESPN.
RBIs. Oh, come on.
Like they have no idea what they're talking about. Have you ever watched Jason Dominguez play baseball? You're telling me you want to trade Robbie Ray for Jason Dominguez? You don't even spell his name right. Like, are you kidding me?
He can't play left field, so you're gonna move Jung Hoo Lee out of center field.
I've said that to Eric. I'll tell you what. I've said that to Eric a lot lately. I've said people are so quick to
Dominguez is straight center field. That's all he could play. He is bad in the field.
Just the name.
And I'm gonna tell you. And look, me and Ibrahim probably saw the best game that he's ever played. We saw the 3 home run game in Sacramento. I mean, it was fantastic. But other than that, what has he done? Come on.
Yeah, the rest of the season.
This is what I want to hear. No one. I have yet to see a name in the chat of someone that you want. Okay, well, I should take it back. Hatflick said he wanted Dominguez. You're not that for me is a non-starter. Non-starter. If you're going to trade Ray,
there's not a lot out there, Eric.
Look, if they're trading Ray, you're looking for prospects. So, who are the? I hear it. Let's hear it, guys. Come on, sell. So, who are we buying? Come on. Who are we getting back? Who are we getting back?
I'm gonna just for like educational purposes for the chat here.
Basallo? Okay.
If you're you could say you want Basallo, but like, what are you giving for Basallo? The Orioles are not winning this year.
Well, here's the thing: they just drafted a pretty damn good catcher in this last draft. So
no, I'm just saying
years away.
You're not trading your big league talent for Basallo because the Orioles don't want it right now. They're going to wait until the off. If they're going to deal Basallo at all, it's because they're going to deal him in the offseason so that they can get a full year without the prorated contracts of these big leaguers that are going to waste.
Basallo, from what I've read, Basallo's not good at is still working on his defense. Like, he's a hell of a hitter, but he's still working on his defense at catching and his catching.
Hold on.
So
I got to see this guy. I like this guy. I don't know who he is. I just saw him in the chat, and this is absolutely poetry. Nostradamus, SFG prophecies. A buster of flowers can try to orchestrate fate. The deal struck late upon a playoff gate. A herald cometh, but victories never came. With a timid stride, they may play below their flame. One game, the gap, yet fate refused to yield. The orange may fall before an October field. Bro! Dude, I love it.
I'm gonna guess.
Snap.
I love it. Yeah. That's one of these.
I'm gonna guess ChatGPT did that poem.
Dude, I don't care. I know
what it is. Eric see the thumbnail? Eric likes
love
that jersey. You love that jersey.
Dude, that's awesome. He's got Nostradamus. I don't like the jersey.
You love the jersey. Come on.
Dude, I like that. That's entertaining. I love that. I love it. Dude, you brought it today. That is fantastic. Thank you, Nostradamus, SFG prophecies.
I do have an update on Tanner Scott. So this is per Alden Gonzalez. He seemed to be grabbing his left hamstring, not so much his elbow.
Oh, his hamstring. That's still, you could be done for a month, if not longer. Yeah. Anyways, where are we at? Where is the players? I haven't seen any players yet, other than Jason Dominguez. Oh, and Basalo. I saw Basalo too. No one else? No one else have any names they want to drop? I hear a lot of sell, but I'm not hearing any names being dropped on who they want to improve the San Francisco Giants.
Do you guys know anything about this Sean Murphy in Atlanta? His name comes up in our chat all the time, but I look at his stats all the time. He's now 73 Ks and 200 at-bats.
I'd rather have Kisner.
No triple.
No, okay. I wouldn't rather have Kisner.
Kisner's doing well, man.
No, here's the thing. Sean Murphy, let's not knock Sean Murphy too bad here, okay? He is a solid big league catcher, and the issue is that they have this awesome rookie in Drake Baldwin. If you were to rank all the catchers in the league, Sean Murphy would be in all the starting catchers. Sean Murphy would be in the upper half of them. I mean, he's not like a superstar, but the thing about catchers is that like it's hard to find acceptable ones.
It's hard to find good offensive catchers.
Yeah, and Sean Murphy has some pop.
So just to give everybody an update on the Braves, guys like Murphy and Ozzy Albies, they're not selling them now. But they said the report I read is they would listen on them in the off season.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the only people who need the
why?
deadline
Because
are,
they
like,
won't get anything in return.
Iglesias and Ozuna.
Nobody wants to pay.
I think plenty.
And
I think there's
starting
plenty of
catches are hard.
Yeah, they're hard.
Go ahead, Marcus.
It's hard, it's hard to find. It's hard to find good starting catching. It's rare, very, very hard. So there is a market for starting catching. Well, there's a lot of teams that are
starting
missing.
catching at the deadline is very hard to trade for because they got to learn 13 going to a new team. They got to learn possibly 13 new pitchers, pitch mixes, personalities. They got to get to learn every single one. I sent this to Eric was it last week, Eric?
Yeah.
I looked this up just for Glenn. The last time a starting catcher was traded in season was 2022, and it was my Mets trading away garbage catcher James McCann to the Orioles. But he was going to be the backup to Adley Rutschman. So he wasn't getting traded to a team to be a starter.
Right.
So starting catchers mostly get traded in the offseason, just like a lot of the big blockbuster trades happen now more in the offseason.
Well, if there's anybody out there looking for a catcher, I hope they call the Giants.
Okay.
Okay.
The other thing
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question of some of the fans out here? Something I want to, because I see, again, it's going to tie into the sell. How many people liked Brian Sabian as the Giants general manager?
Attaboy. Hell yeah.
How many people, right?
One of the best ever. Him and Pat
Best ever
in my lifetime.
Best ever. Brian Sabian. How many stars did he sell off the Giants team? How many times did he sell? How many times did Brian Sabian go off and sell a guy, say like a Robbie Ray?
No, but he was able to go out and get him. He was able to get him at the deadline.
Wait. No, but did he trade anybody? Yep. Okay. I was waiting for that one, Vince. You fell right into the trap, my friend. Matt Williams. Why did he trade Matt Williams? Did he trade Matt Williams because the team was going nowhere? Was he trading him because the team was going nowhere and they were trying to get talent? Why did they trade Matt Williams? Why did they trade Matt Williams? Why? Anyone know? Anyone know? It's pretty easy, actually. Why did Brian Sabian sell Matt Williams? I shouldn't say sell, but traded. Why did Brian Sabian trade Matt Williams? It's one answer. They couldn't afford both Barry Bonds and Matt Williams on the same team. So one of them had to be traded. So
that's why they built Mission Rock.
And there you go. That's why. They didn't trade him because he didn't because they wanted to get prospects. They sold him because they had no money, man. They were broke. That's why. So now, other than Matt Williams, who else did Brian Sabian sell? I'm talking about where you guys are talking, where you're seeing talk about shit, trading Ramos, trading Robbie Ray. When did Brian Sabian go out and trade a player, right? A good player for something to come back? No, Justin. He traded them because they were broke. That's why.
And it's just in the modern era of the Giants, the Giants are. We're the 5th richest franchise in all of baseball. We can afford to just win all the time if we want to, It's like we don't need to sell. We can just win games of baseball. It's just get the guys that we want. Like, there's plenty of teams that do that don't struggle with.
I understand completely. Answer the question. When did Sabian do the same? Did Sabian do that? Did Sabian ever do that? The guy who orchestrated, the architect of 3 world championships, did he ever do that? You're saying I don't understand philosophy of selling? I know exactly what it's about. So talk to me. When did Brian Sabian sell a guy? I say sell, that's probably bad. Trade a guy to do exactly what you just said, to go get younger. Talk to me, man. Come on. I understand completely what's going on. But you just don't trade just to trade. You just don't. You want to make the team better. And you got to damn well know who you're getting back in return. Because if you're taking gambles, you just don't know what the hell's going to happen. You just don't. Was Wheeler a star? No. Reynolds a star? No. Doval a star? No.
Wheeler took so long.
I'm talking about, I'm not talking about trading prospects. I'm talking about trading someone off the 26 man, the equivalent of a Ramos or a Robbie Ray. They were, thank you, Hype. They were prospects. Zach Wheeler was a prospect.
Is that Zach Wheeler wasn't good until he was like 30 years old or something?
Yeah, and then when they traded Zach Wheeler, thank you. He wasn't the Zach Wheeler we know today for 5 years, if not longer.
He kept getting
Zach
hurt.
Wheeler was not a star when they traded him as a prospect.
Zach Wheeler wasn't even on the Mets World Series team in 2015. He was hurt.
Carlos Beltran trade.
He had Tommy John. I know. That's what I'm trying to say, man.
It's absurd.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's absurd that people remember the Zach Wheeler.
People want to go out there and say they want to sing the praises of Brian Sabian, right? Well, but then all of a sudden, Posey has no balls if he doesn't want to sell. Come on.
Beltran played extremely well after we traded for him, to be clear. Beltran played extremely well after we traded for him, and Zach Wheeler was not good for a long time.
You know what Sabian did well? What did he do well? Why didn't he have to go out and trade a major league decent player?
Scouting.
Because he knew how to freaking draft.
Yeah.
He knew how to draft. And we don't know that from Posey yet. All right? Right? The guy knew how to draft. He didn't have to rely on trading his good players to improve the team.
Did you guys talk about the draft, the Posey's draft strategy at all?
No, not really. I'm not going to get into that, man. We're already an hour and 40 in.
Not today. I just mean, have you talked about it on the show previously, or?
I'm not opposed to trading Eldridge. It all depends on who you get back, though. Right? That's the kicker. You're not going to trade away Eldridge for. You're not going to trade Eldridge for just nobody. If you're going to trade Eldridge, you're getting a haul.
Give me Quan in Class A.
Also, what are you doing with first base? Like, are you putting Devers at first?
Devers at first base.
Or are you getting back a major league first baseman in return?
If you give me Quan in Class A, right? If you give me Quan in Class A,
Quan in Class A for Eldridge,
you can have Eldridge.
That might do it.
2 years reach? Are you kidding me? I'm taking that.
Senior, you can't ask a question. I asked you a question. What did Sabian do? What did Sabian do when he was the GM? Also, did he go out there and trade players to get young talent. He did it. He just didn't do that. He drafted, and he drafted well.
Turd Ferguson, do you watch baseball at all? Eldridge from Matt Olson?
Eldridge from Matt Olson?
No.
The Braves are not trading Matt Olson, and we don't want Matt Olson for we don't want
Eldridge from Matt Olson.
What about did somebody say Mark Canna?
Oh my God!
You don't. Do you watch baseball? Do you watch baseball? That's my question.
But that's the thing. Like people, but the premise of the question is: would I trade Eldridge? Everybody's on the panel again, depending on what you get back, right? As far as prospects are concerned,
there's a price for everything.
For prospects, hey, let's hear what you're going to give. If you're going to freaking go out there and give us the world, hell, why not? For proven talent? Oh my gosh, come on.
Yeah, I feel like people are overestimating how often these prospects are even hitting.
Yes.
And one thing that's these couple things that are true that are kind of making me think that the Giants are going to have a relatively quiet, in my opinion, I think they're going to end up having a relatively quiet trade deadline is because
they might.
Because when you trade for prospects, you're essentially you're going like that, and just trading for prospects on its own is an admission of, okay, we're kicking this can not just probably down multiple years potentially. And this doesn't feel like a team that doesn't want to try to compete in 2026 with the pieces that they have. So and hell, you look at our own prospects, and outside of Eldridge, you don't really know what you're getting out of any of them, to be completely honest. And even with Eldridge, it's not a sure thing. He could come up and completely be a non-factor. We don't know it. So, if we even traded Eldridge for Quan and Clase, there's a very real reality where that could be the greatest fleecing in Giants history. And there's another history where we get completely fleeced ourselves. But again, you look at these prospects and you don't know what you're getting. It's just like, oh, you want to sell everything you got for what's behind door number 3. And common sense tells you, it's like, you don't just throw everything you got, throw what you've got away for what's behind door number 3. And it's just like, no, if I want the Giants to go after somebody, I want them to go after somebody like for me personally, I'm still on the bandwagon of another starting pitcher could help. And I think that they should be looking at Alcantara or something to as an option, but still they wouldn't be I also wouldn't be surprised if they don't go after that, if they believe in what they have at the starting 3, which again, I'm not opposed to our starting 3. I need to see if Roop can have the innings, but I think our starting 3 is fine. And 4 and 5 we can deal with it in the offseason. And because I don't think they're going to do anything. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do anything with Verlander, and I don't think they're going to do anything with Birdsong outside of maybe redemoting him to the bullpen.
I think 3 Carsons to eat up innings as well.
And Wisenhunt is not ready. He's just not ready to come
out. Not this year. I'm saying for next year though.
Yeah, next year. Next year, maybe.
We have Ragsdale, Wisenhunt, and Seymour, and they can eat some innings.
Yeah. Problem is, you gotta have at least 2. Look at the Giants, man. Look what the Giants are doing with Webb. You need they need a number 3 starting pitcher. They just do. And maybe Roop will turn into that because again, I don't know. I like what I'm seeing. He's trending in the right direction. We could say that. But
yeah.
Right, but there's no precedent for him pitching this much in a season, so we don't know what we're going to get moving down the line. He could collapse just as much as Birdsong and Verlander have. We don't know.
Yeah,
correct.
Give me Seth Lugo.
Lugo would be another good one.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now.
That would be really nice.
People are saying, do we have anyone to trade? I think we got pieces to trade for a Lugo and a freaking Laureano. A Laureano and a Seth Lugo and call it good. And what are you giving up? Probably not much.
And we can also take a flyer on some of these struggling bullpen guys from other teams too. I mean, especially guys that struggle with the long ball will probably do a little better in our park. Like someone who's kind of fallen by the wayside, like Raisel Iglesias. I'd take a flyer on him for the stuff.
Hey, Senior, who do you trade? Who do you trade Ray for? Who do you want back for Ray? I want to hear. I want to know what you get back for Ray. Since he says the panel doesn't know what we're talking about, I want to know who he wants for Ray. We seem to not know what we're talking about here.
I also want.
What do you get for Robbie Ray?
To argue against this point too.
What do you get for him?
If
you want to trade for him, if you want to trade him, who do you want? Who is on your target list?
If the Giants scouting has been a problem, how do you kind of support them scouting other people's?
Name the top prospect or two. Name the top prospect or two. That's what I want to know. Spencer Jones?
Do you trust
Hell no.
Do you
Spencer
trust
Jones?
Our scouting
Hell no.
to pick out who the best prospects are to return?
Hell no.
Players? Like I don't know.
I don't want Spencer Jones. Hell no, I don't want Spencer Jones. Good God, man.
I mean, prospects are lottery tickets. And ideally, when you're making trades for prospects, you're either getting one that's coming up soon, like that usually don't get traded. These guys don't
100%.
get traded. Or you're
100%.
trading for like a bunch of lottery tickets, like down the list. Like people's number 3, number 10, number 12 prospects. So it's like I
don't give a. I get it. Don't come after us when we're just out here just talking. Come on, you're saying we don't know what we're talking about. We're trying to freaking talk through this. All we're saying is, if you're going to trade Ray, you better know who the hell you're getting back, because you're not just kicking 2025. You're kicking 2026 down the road. That's what you're doing. Right?
You can also say who's going to fill Ray's shoes in the rotation in the offseason via free agency,
right?
Via trade.
Exactly. What are you going to do?
Because
because now you're affecting not just this year. Now you're affecting years down the road, right? So you better damn well know
what
who
are
the
you
hell you're
doing
getting
with
back.
that money. What are you doing with the Ray money that's coming off the books?
Right.
Where are you
Not-
spending it?
You're back to Jason again.
Ray costs what, 21 million?
Why would you move Robbie Ray? This is another one that's grown legs, Eric. These talks, move Robbie Ray. Why the heck? Why are we even talking about that? To be honest,
Because then you got to feel that. Then you got to feel that. You got to feel that next year.
And
right?
where are you? And honestly, for next season, where are you going to find another Robbie Ray?
What all-star pitcher are you getting for the amount of money that we're paying?
Thank
Robbie
you.
Ray
How much money are you paying Ray? You're not going to find that. Seriously, you're right.
No,
you got to think about that.
At his level, only $25 million a year
is nothing. Is a drop in the bucket.
That's a steal. Like
I know.
Like we are very fortunate that we have Webb and Ray on relatively very strong deals for their caliber of pitching.
Come
on,
on.
You're not just going to find that.
They would get close to $30 million on the market now.
Easily 30 million.
100%.
Maybe more. I mean, you saw some of these crazy like short-term contracts. To get one year of Ray at 25 million is amazing.
Case in point, Frankie Montas, 17 million. I wanted to vomit in the offseason. And so far, he's been pretty good coming back from injury.
You made a good point. You made a good point when we were at the game last week, or I guess it's a couple of weeks ago now. Remember, we were talking about pitching at the ball game. And I think the comment you made to me was, can you imagine if they had just either kept one of their guys? And I think you brought up
between like Gosman and Rodon.
I think you brought up Gosman.
Gosman was the guy that I really wish that they held on to.
Gosman, yeah.
but they let so many go. If they had just kept one of them,
that was a miss.
My prediction now is, you know what? I think the only deal, they could make a splash, but I think the only deal, when all is said and done, I could honestly see Yastrzemski for future considerations.
See, here's another thing, Senior. Every club, all three of them accumulate talent every single year. And as Armand pointed out rightly, twice a year. You have a draft in the summer and you got the international draft in the winter. You are constantly filling up the coffers with players, right? Constantly, every single year. That's what Sabian was magnificent at. You don't have to always trade. There's times when you want to do it, like at the trade deadline. That's when you make a trade to make that push. You want to make that push for the rest of the season and try to get into that playoff and run deep in the playoffs. In the offseason, you make trades, again, usually more of your long-term trades, but not to say that you can't do it during the trade deadline. But if you draft well, you're cooking with house money, man. right? You're not having to worry about doing anything. But whatever. What do I know? What do I know?
Again, the thing that I want to also highlight here is look at the whole Devers situation. Yes, we took on the contract, but
that's nothing too.
Look what they got back for that. Ultimately, 2 prospects, 3 if you want to count Harrison, but Harrison already had a pretty decent amount of major league reps at that point, and a failed starter. Like, do you see how hard it is to accumulate talent? Like,
I think the Red
have
Sox
a farm system that's even remotely respectable. We would have to sell off all of everything. It would have to be a fire sale.
I still think the Red Sox, that was a great trade for them.
Well, only because of the culture with that.
Getting Tibbs and
I think it's a trade that had to happen. I think it's a trade that had to happen.
I don't think it was. If Devers was
with the Giants or somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, if Devers didn't have those issues with the GM, there's no way Devers ever moves, and there's no way it would be a good idea for Devers to move.
Add the owner to that. Add John Henry to that.
Yes.
And I think John Henry had a big say in that. When you remember when I came in as soon as Devers trade happened, I brought up my theory. I thought it was Breslow and Henry since the offseason dividing Devers from Cora and the team. Because John Henry, I don't know what the hell happened to him, does not want to spend money.
Cedar says, Eric, do we disagree on where the team is right now? You think we're 1 or 2 players away, like a Laureano or an O'Hearn away from getting hot and being last year's Tigers? I just use that as an example. Why do people misconstrue what I'm trying to say? I prefaced that scenario saying the Giants probably won't do that. Just saying it's been done before, and it's been done as far back as just last year. What I'm saying is, you get some players and you see what can happen, because the Giants have pitching. We've seen this before. A la 2010. The Giants, were they a hitting machine? Not necessarily. Well, how did they win? Timely hitting, pitching, defense, which failed today. That's what you do. That's why I don't want to give up on this year, because the Giants are pitching their asses off. And you don't want to give up on that. Some people want to give up. I don't. I see potential. If you're able to throw the ball as well as the Giants have been, you're going to do something. They got to do is hit a little bit. I'm not asking for a guy to go out there and hit 30 fucking home runs. I'm asking for guys just to hit timely hitting, get a hit with a runner in scoring position, get some traffic on the base paths. That's all I'm asking. Period. That's all I'm asking. There is a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. All I'm saying is, when you have as good as pitching as the Giants have right now, you just don't want to squander that. Now, it's going to get to the point where they're going to have to make that decision, right? Right? When they get to the trade deadline, they're going to either say, all right, we're going to stand pat, we're going to sell, or we're going to buy. Let's see what happens.
I wonder Eric, we only have a number 1 and a number 2 pitcher.
That's why you go and get a number 3 pitcher like a Seth Lugo, which is not going to cost you nothing.
Yeah, but I'd be careful throwing around. We've got great pitching. I don't think we got great pitching.
I think we have the bones of great. We just, we've had some injuries. We've had some disappointments, and we're lacking, some of that back end depth that, we've burned through. I mean, we had a lot of bullpen injuries.
Would you trade for Mitch Keller?
Ooh, he's going to cost, though. He's going to cost.
Really. Knowing Bob nothing. That's what I call him, because you don't like to spend. He might want that contract off the books. Keller is in year 2 of a 5-year, $77 million contract. In the offseason, there was a rumor that the Mets and other teams called them up, and that the Pirates were looking to salary dump Mitch Keller, like the Mariners were looking to somewhat dump Castillo in his contract.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll take any depth we can get for the right price. That's all it is.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is Logan Webb a good pitcher this year? Is Robbie Ray a good pitcher this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Landon Roop trending in the right direction right now?
All right.
He's doing okay.
All
Has
right.
Verlander been an absolute disaster?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Birdsong been an absolute disaster?
Since
Recently,
got him out of the
They have
bullpen,
been.
yeah.
Do we have the best bullpen in the major leagues?
Still, despite
What?
Bivens, we're still the best.
Really? Best bullpen. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So if you go out there and get a number 3 starting pitcher, right? As long as it doesn't cost you too much, how much better will the Giants be?
It's a big question that's going to come up in the next week, Eric.
What?
The question that's got to be answered will be, does Buster give up what
We don't know that, right? That's going to be the question on what Buster Posey does. 100%. And the one thing he is, we can all agree, he's a competitor.
But if we don't get the pitcher and he goes, well, the asking price was too high, well, then we know he wasn't willing to pull the trigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying.
I can see short term. I can see short term this year, them kicking the can down the road. I would be totally fine with that. I would say that's a fair assessment of where the team is at right now. Now, next year, I still think that there's plenty of potential for next year. And so I don't think you, like I said, I don't think you fire Sale. That's the last.
Who are we losing next year? Who are we even losing? Of all of our best players, who are we losing next year?
Nobody. The only people you're losing is
you just get to run it back. You get to run it back with more money spent.
Yeah, and I think what people are kind
That's why you got to be careful and not listen to guys in the chat. Trade Ray.
Yeah, what's missing
you
about
want to break it down before you build it up.
Right. And like so many people, I know that people are frustrated with Devers. I am too. And I know that the injury is a thing, which is why I personally think that he should have been put on IL a while ago and given some break. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to talk about that right now, though. But the move for him in June wasn't your prototypical, contender goes out to make a move to make the team stronger. No, that was a long-term move. That was more of a futures move than anything else. You get a lot of stuff out of Devers the year you get him, that's great. But again, I understand that the offense has been really underperforming, but as Eric likes to use this term, a lot of these guys have back of the baseball cards and they're not performing to the back of their baseball cards.
Right.
And
I'm not asking them to exceed what they do. I'm just wanting them to play what they could do.
Tonight, Adames, Devers, and Chapman all showed up at the plate, and that's the core of our lineup.
The offense, unfortunately, it's coming at a poor timing where the pitching has been taxed with some really tough outings, and also I want to bring up this point too. A lot of people have been saying like the pitching is kind of gassed. I also want to bring up, look at the offenses that we faced recently. We had the Phillies, Dodgers, and Blue Jays, all top offenses. Yes, the Dodgers are struggling right now, but that doesn't mean that their bats haven't been working. Look at their last 2 losses against the Brewers. I think they scored. Yeah, they lost 8-7 and 6-5. Both games, their offense was humming. So
yes.
Again, the pitching had some pretty tough assignments. Yeah, they didn't really come out on top of those. So I'm not too worried about the recent downturn on the starting pitching. I think that comes back around. But if the hitting continues to underperform, I was telling Glenn too. It's like at some point, I know we don't like to, Eric, you don't like to blame the coaches, but at some point you got to start looking.
Yeah, I hear you.
Right?
Someone has to be accountable.
All right, here we go. And hold on real quick. Go ahead.
I said 30 minutes ago, I would trade anybody on this team. If you give up on this, if you're giving up and hey, Eric, what do you think? If you're giving up, if Posey goes on KMBR Thursday morning, goes, I'm giving up on this year.
Then okay,
giving up. Then why the hell not would you listen to offers on anybody?
Yes, correct.
But if you're staying in the game, the wrong move would be to, of all people, Ray, if you're in it this year and you're looking to, like Marcus said earlier, you don't just trade. You got to make, or was it Dean? You can make a trade to help right now, this year, while it still helps you in the future. You got to be smart at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about this then? How about this? Look at this. Senior said, yeah, the Giants came out of the gate strong. And ever since the 8-1, they're like 4 games under 500. I get it. It happens, right? Again, and yes, I'm bringing up the 2024 because it's recent. It's called evidence, I believe, that it can be done. Because how did the Detroit Tigers play month by month? In March, 3-0, man, undefeated. April, 1 game over 500. And then here comes May. 5 games under 500, 11-16. June, they went 7 games under 500. They had a damn losing record. They had a losing record at the end of June. To be honest with you, they had a losing record after the end of July, even though they started turning it around, 14-11. And then look, they went on a tear in August and September. Again, I will say this again. Does this mean the Giants are going to go 17-8 in September? No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is it can happen to where a team doesn't have it for the first few months, and then all of a sudden a switch flips, whatever, something happens, and they could start hitting. It's baseball. It can happen, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not coming on here professing to say the Giants are about to go undefeated. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not going to give up until it's time, quote unquote, to give up. Right. And I just don't think it's the time to do that yet. I'm an optimist when it comes to where the Giants are currently. Are they trending in the right direction? No, they're not. They're going to have to step it up, right? They have to step up. And if they don't step it up, well, then you could call this season a wash.
Hey, guys, they don't call Eric Rothberg for nothing. That is his new name. Hey, Marcus, before we go, I want another look at that shirt, man. Isn't that classic? I like that.
I like that. That's a cool shirt.
For president. And I was thinking of Armand before the show tonight because I caught like 1 inning of the Mets game. I didn't even know what went down at the end, but I saw Senga was out early. And look what I wore tonight.
Nice. Wilmer freaking Flores. Yeah, see, Armand loves that one.
Flores. How you like that baby?
Loves that one.
I couldn't find a matching hat tonight, though. But in the green room, I said, Eric, I don't have a blue hat. So, hey, I had to go with this one.
My goodness, man.
And okay, so just one last thing.
Who the hell knows what's going to happen at the trade?
We don't know. We don't.
This is all, we talked for we could go for another 5 hours. Nobody
The king of prognostication. That's what it is.
We don't expect.
That's what it is, right? It's a panel of
we weren't sitting here 2 weeks ago going, wait till Sunday, Eric Devers is coming.
I know. Yeah, right.
You don't know.
Okay, this guy who's really sad about Yaz and hates him so much. Yaz is not. You could shoot Yaz from a cannon. That would not solve the team's problems. Like, it's not about Yaz, man. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. It's not about Yaz. Birdsong gave up 5 runs and recorded no outs.
He was ass.
I still think they'd like to get rid of Yaz, just get the money off the books.
Sure. Yeah, whatever. $10 million. Like, sure.
Not that no more. It's only
$5.
Sure. $5 million. Like, sure. Whatever. $5 million. We're still under the CB2. Who gives a fuck about $5 million?
That's fair.
I think the Giants are. This is
San Francisco. Marcus, I hate to break it to you. Trust me, there's a lot of there's owners in baseball meddle more than any other owners in any other leagues. They kill a lot of trades at the trade deadline. They say no.
They're bean counters, man. Jeez.
It is money. Trust me, Bob Nutting, the only thing he cares about is whether he gets money in his pocket, not about a World Series.
How many times have we talked, Eric, about the Giants, one of the top 5 richest teams in baseball? I think it was brought up in the show tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Top 5 richest teams, Marcus. But I don't see him spending it.
And this, I agree.
I'm not afraid to spend.
This is where I agree. Matos should be taking a free ass. I don't know why they haven't done that, honestly.
Because Matos is...
I don't understand that. I really don't. I mean, you have to see what this guy has. You have to.
I saw what he had the other day.
But every single day. He's got to play every single day for at least a couple of weeks to see what you got. It needs, to be honest with you, tomorrow, it needs to start with him replacing Ramos. Ramos needs to go ride the bench for a game.
Oh,
He's got to be in the doghouse. You
needs a
got to
few
put
days
him in
off
the
to-
doghouse for one game. Then after that, then you go put him over in right field, and you bring in Yaz as a late inning defensive replacement. He's got to do it. He's got to do it. I mean,
let me ask you something, Eric. Let me ask you something. You're so I love where you're going with the Matos thing. And like I said to Marcus earlier, there are guys who just don't get their due, haven't had a real shot. But do you think management of the Giants, whether it's this regime, the last regime, whoever you want to talk about, Giants baseball, do you think there's always some kind of a fear within the confines of their offices that if we fail, we got to fail with, our guy? Because if we put Matos in and fail, then it looks like we did something stupid, we blew it, we gave up.
Look,
they got to answer.
And
I think playing Yaz is playing it safe.
And you know what? Yaz ain't going to be here next year. So what are you really losing? You see what I'm saying? I just want to see what the kid has. And if he doesn't have it, then guess what? You still got Yaz and you bring him back.
And there'll be the people who say, well, if you're going to play him and not Yaz, then trade and build your team for next year.
100% needs to be benched. Period.
Yeah, look,
he needs to be in the doghouse because you just don't go out there and play baseball that way.
Ramos is one error after another. This has
been
game.
Today it wasn't even necessarily an error. You know what I call that? Just dumbassery. That was dumbassery.
I'd rather have Devers out there in left field.
If they got to put the runs, the hits, the errors, they need to put a D. Put a D out there past the E for dumbassery, and he's got the 1.
Yeah, that was bad.
Well, they mentioned Tom Murphy on the Braves broadcast. They said Tom Murphy's going to help this club offensively.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Yaz Matos situation is like, again, if the Giants' intention is to punt this year, then yes, absolutely, you should be starting Matos over Yaz. There's no real reason for that. You know exactly what you're getting with Yaz. Yaz has consistently every single year been a 2 to 3 WAR guy, which is like, okay, he plays the right field at Oracle fine. He hits fine. He doesn't jump off the page. He's not like a guy that people outside our organization is going to be like, oh, look at that guy. He's fine. He's just okay. But that's better than being an actual liability like some batters have been.
Right.
Yaz is like totally like fine. Like
fine. He's okay. I don't have anything.
There's plenty of people to be upset about on the team. Yaz is doing exactly what he's getting paid to do. You know what I mean? Like
he ain't getting anything done with the bat lately. He's just been
he's a very streaky.
He is.
Hitter.
He's like, and the Giants got a lot of those streaky hitters. They got Adames is starting to go on a heater, but
yeah, I'll take that.
Chapman is a streaky hitter. Yaz is a streaky hitter. Bailey, I tell you what, that is some of the most uninspiring at bats. It's almost like he's just going through the motions. When I was watching his at bats, I'm like, "What are you?"
It's like,
especially when he bats from the right. When he bats from the right, that just looks
lazy.
Against left-handers, Bailey is just. I almost think like Bailey should just give up being a switch hitter and just always bat from the left side or something. Like it's looking so bad.
It's so bad.
At least he makes more contact that way. He has no contact from the right.
Yeah, from the right side, he
flails. He just
has no idea what's going on.
Bat out, flying around, and then he turns, and it's like the Duvall attitude. He just, God, boy, I hate that. That's the worst thing. Can you imagine, Eric? When I played, we go back. If you're playing a little league and you had these kind of these at bats or these balls you're dropping in the outfield, wouldn't you be pissed at yourself? And the way baseball players are now, such prima donnas, it's like, I'm going for a steak after the game.
That's what it looks. That's the impression, right?
You don't know. You
don't know.
That's the way it sure looks.
But you get that's the thing. Perception is everything a lot of times, right, Marcus? When you go out there and you look like you're just being flippant about what you're doing, about playing the game that you're getting paid to do, right? It's just a bad look. especially the way that the Giants have been playing.
Well, look
can't-
at
you can't
Duvall.
lose
Give
as
me
much
an,
and look
give
like
me an
that
Al
guy.
Hrabosky every day, man. Give me Al.
You know
Give me
who we
Al.
need?
He got the job done, and look
We
at
need-
him.
We need Tommy Pham. That guy looks pissed off.
Tommy Pham, he's always pissed off. Always.
That-
He wants to box everybody.
You
Yeah.
want
all
guys
times.
who want to win.
Yeah.
And
Tommy
and losing
Pham
is
wants to.
not
I
an
don't.
option.
I don't
There
know
are
if
too
he's
many players on this team. It looks like that losing is an option.
Don't face him in fantasy football.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
All right,
Holy
Eric.
crap, man, I'm done. Guys, Marcus, Dean, Armand, man, thanks for hanging out.
Oh,
Appreciate
but
the
before
hanging-
Marcus goes, Eric, who's Marcus taken to the? I think the whole family affair, going to the game.
yeah, I'm taking my family.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Right
You
on.
don't sound so happy about it.
Well, I just, I
Also-
wish I could report.
I know. Yeah, I'm taking my
No, I mean, I wish I could report that I had extra tickets for the wonderful host of the show, but
No, it's all
No,
good,
no,
man.
no,
No,
Dan has been sending out the texts all over. I don't know if you're getting the text. Dan was all over you. Oh, Marcus couldn't want no better guy could win. The nice guy. I said, oh, he'll be texting you 2 minutes after the show.
Actually, on the topic of going to games, Armand, I'm coming to New York to see the Mets, my friend.
Hey!
Hey, when are you going? I'm going.
I'll be there on Sunday, the 3rd.
Nice.
Sunday the 3rd. When are you going?
I will be at SummerSlam that weekend when the Giants are in town. I'm going both nights.
Oh, are you a
Saturday and
wrestling fan?
Sunday.
Armand, you're a
Yes.
wrestling fan?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm moving
nice.
into my new apartment.
Oh, man.
When are you going to be over at Oracle, Dean?
I'm also going to be I'll be there on Saturday, also against the Mets.
I'll be there August 29th.
Hey, prick. All right, see you.
Dean, what day do you come into New York?
All right.
Oh,
What's
I'm
up?
going to be there Saturday, Sunday. Friday night's WNBA game, then Saturday and Sunday, Bernice and I are going to go.
Mm.
So I'll see you, Dean, this weekend.
All right, sounds good.
Right on.
Saturday afternoon, the usual spot, right?
Yep.
6:05 start.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Holy
See you.
crap, dude. What a freaking show,
We didn't even
dude.
get to Justin tonight, so we apologize.
Oh, my gosh.
You didn't get to
What a
Chardol. Oh, my God.
What a freaking damn show. Oh, my
Well, it
God.
started off with a bang, man. It started with a bang.
Man, dude.
And I don't know why you're so
I don't
upset.
like-
Calm down, Eric, because we're not going to make the postseason anyway.
That's not the point. That's not even the point. The point is I want to see a better brand of baseball than the bad news Bears that we witnessed today. It's one thing if you go out there and you get beat by a good team. That happens, right? But when you go out there and you literally are shooting yourself in the foot, whatever you want to use. I don't like that type of baseball.
Yeah, but the reason I'm not as wound up as much anymore as you are now is because this is the trend. This is what I have come to expect. Tonight, when they got up early and then came back and shit the bed, bases loaded twice and still no way out.
I know.
I went, this is Giants baseball.
But you know what? They did score 5 runs. The lineup showed up, but everything else fell apart. So what are we going to do?
Dude, it
Let's get
doesn't
going.
matter. If we get 12 hits, the other team scores more runs.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's
And
infuriating.
Verlander goes out, the guy who can't fucking buy a win, throws a 2-hitter, and we lose 2-1. So, come on.
Enough. Let's come back tomorrow and do this all over again.
We
Hopefully.
have to. See you then.
Yeah. Guys, see you tomorrow.
Peace.
Woo.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.